Hello students, welcome to class 12 physics class. Today we discuss the capacitance of an isolated spherical capacitor, and we also studied principle of capacitor, how capacitor work. Okay, and some numericals or some problems related to capacitance of the capacitor. So first we recall the previous video. In previous video we discussed about the difference between capacitor and capacitance, and we studied that the capacitor is a device and capacitance is its property to ability to store the charges, and how much charge it can be stored, we also studied that one. So today we studied the capacitance of an isolated spherical capacitor. So let's see the diagram. Here we consider one spherical capacitor, and we know that from the first chapter or from the electric potential that for a spherical conductor all charges are uniformly distributed over the outer surface of that conductor. So in this figure you see that the positive charges are uniformly distributed over this surface, and we consider the radius of this spherical capacitor or conductor, because capacitor is one type of conductor, so we can also say that the capacitor spherical conductor radius is r. So if the charges are present, that means electric field also present. So this arrow sign represents the electric field which is perpendicular to the surface of the conductor. This is one property. We also studied this one, that electric field always perpendicular to the surface of the conductor. So if we consider any one point on the surface, so on that surface the potential will be V equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. And because the same charges is there and the conductor has a equipotential surface, so at each and every point the potential will be same. So after that we know the concept about the capacitance or the equation that what we studied in last class, that QC equals to Q by V, because Q proportional to V. So for that when we write the equal sign in place of a proportionality sign, we have Q equals to C into V. So C equals to, this is a capacitance, C equals to Q by V. So in this diagram or in this case we have to find out the potentials, and potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So if we use this equation, C equals to Q by V, and in place of V if we put this expression over there, after simplification we have the capacitance of a spherical capacitor is 4 pi epsilon naught into R. What is epsilon naught? It is a permittivity of the medium. R is the radius of the conductor. So from this expression we can conclude that if radius of a spherical conductor increases, the capacitance, that means to ability to store the electric charges inside it, also increases. If R decreases, radius of the conductor decreases, then the capacitance also decreases. Clear? So for an isolated spherical conductor, capacitance is 4 pi epsilon naught into R. R is the radius. Now we discuss the principle of capacitor, how it work. Principle, what if any device, behind any device one principle also work. In this, in class 11 we also studied for in case of a screw gauge or in case of a vernier caliper, the principle is micrometer screws. For spherometer also micrometer screw. For electric motor, electric generator in class 10, there is a one principle behind that, behind them. So similarly, the principle of capacitor, what is the principle of capacitor? The capacitor works on the principle that the capacitance of a conductor increases when an earthed conductor is brought near it. Earthed means, if we consider, we know that the capacitor is consist with two parallel plate conductor. So one plate has charged plate, another one is a uncharged, and one side of that second plate will be earthed. So what happens if this side of this plate will be earthed, then the charges whatever the induced in this plate all are going to the ground, towards the earth. Okay, so this is the diagram for principle of capacitor. Now how it works, we explain this one. So in previous video we discuss or we get this equation, C equals to Q by V, charge by potential. So if potential is decreased, capacitance of that conductor increases, and if potential increases, capacitance of the conductor decreases. So our motto is this one: we decrease the potential and the capacitance of that capacitor of that conductor increases. If the capacitance increases, then more charge is received by that conductor, or more charge is stored inside the capacitor or the conductor. So how potential is decreased? Let's first consider for this principle. First we consider one plate, that is plate P, a metallic plate. It is connected with a battery positive, see, and the negative terminal is a earthed. So the plate P, or the first metallic plate P, acquires some charge and provide the charge to plate till become its maximum. That means in a previous class we also studied, when the leakage process or ionization process start, then the conductor stop receiving the charge from source. So this plate P also, when its charge or when its charge is maximum, it stop to receive the charges from the battery. And here we consider, because positive terminal is connected over there, so this whole plate is a positive charge. Up to this clear? After next step number 2, we bring a uncharged metal plate. Both are the metal plate. This is a charged plate, but this is a uncharged plate. So when we bring this metal charged plates near this plate P, induction process is started, and due to that induction process, because positive charge is there, which charge is induced here? The opposite charge, we know this one. So it induces negative charges on the left side of the charge of plate Q, and the right side of the plate, it will be positive. Now what happened? Now the main things is there, main operation is there. What is that operation? Because negative charge is situated here and positive charges are situated here or accumulated there. Due to the negative charges, it try to attract these positive charges towards it. That means due to negative charges, the potential of plate P decreases. But positive charges are there. Due to that positive charges, positive repel each other. Because of that positive charges, the potential at point on the plate P increases. Because we know that, simply we know that in case of a potential, V equals to V1 plus V2 plus up to Vn, if n numbers are there. So simply it will be added. So if V1 is the minus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R, so if minus charge is there, then remains it will be minus. But in case of a electric field, we consider the mod when we solve the problem. But in case of a potential, if plus charge is there, the plus remains here. If minus charge is there, then we can write the minus charges. So if V1, V2, V3 up to Vn, if the minus charges is there, then the whole answer after addition, because this is an arithmetic addition, so whatever the answer we get in minus means its potential decreases. If positive charges are present, then the answer of this electric potential will be positive. That means it will, for minus it will decreases, for plus it will increases. Understood? Once again I repeat my point. We know that the total potential we can write, if you have V1, V2, many conductors are there. So across each conductor one potential drop is there. So total potential or the net potential V equals to, we can write V1 plus V2 up to Vn. Now if the conductor has positive charge, then simply we can write plus Q by 4 pi epsilon naught into R, Q1 plus Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R, like this way. So net potential after calculation or after addition, we get, due to that positive charge, the value of this net potential will be positive. So potential will be positive, that means it will increase. But if the charge is negative, then in case of this, here we can write negative Q1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R, negative Q2 by 4 pi epsilon naught into R, plus up to negative Qn by 4 pi epsilon naught into R. So after addition, the ultimate value will come in negative sign, with the negative sign. Negative means the potential, net potential will decreases. Understand? So what we can consider here? Here what is our motto or what is our aim? To decrease the potential. So we use this one. So we have to consider only the minus charges or the negative charges on the plate Q, and we try to delete, or we try to eliminate this negative charges. And how we can eliminate the these positive charges? If we make this is as a earthing, like this way. So what happened? All positive these charges goes to the earth. So only the negative charges are accumulated here or situated here. So due to this negative charges, what happened? The potential at point P will decreases and its capacitance increases, because potential, if potential is decreases, capacitance of the capacitor or the conductor decreases. Capacitance is increases. If potential is decreases, capacitance is increases. Understand? And that things I will write it here. Let P is the metallic plate connected with a battery. Okay, this is a battery. Plate P acquire charge and provide the charge to plate P till it's become maximum. That is, the further charge is given to it gets leaked out. That is a previous video we also discussed that when the leakage processes start, not a small amount of charges the conductor received from the source or from the battery. Now we bring an uncharged metal plate Q near the charged plate P, and due to the induction process, the left side of the plate Q will be negative and right side of the plate will be positive. And due to negative plate on Q, the net potential of this arrangement gets reduced, whereas due to the positive charge of the plate, net potential is increased. So now if we earthing the right side of the plate Q, then the potential of the arrangement get reduced and hence capacitance increase. So after earthing, what happened? No positive charges are there, so only due to the negative charges, the potential of the plate Q will be decreases. So if potential is decreases, capacitance of this total arrangement or of this capacitor will increases. Understood? So this is the principle of capacitor. Now we discuss some problems related to capacitor. First problem, find the capacitance of a conducting sphere of radius 10 cm situated in air. How much charge is required to raise it to a potential of 1000 volt? So first of all, we find out the capacitance, then we find out the charge. and because this is a spherical sphere, so we use this equation. We derived this equation, C equals to 4 pi epsilon naught into R, and we know that the value is 1 by 9 into 10 to the power 9 and R will be 0.10. After calculation we have 11 picofarad. So using this relation, Q equals to CV, put the values here and we get the value of charge. So this amount of charge is required to raise it to a potential of 1000 volt. Next, assuming the earth to be a spherical conductor of radius 6400 km. Why we assume? We know that earth is a magnet. Earth has its own magnetic field. But for problem purpose, here we assume that the earth is a spherical conductor of radius 6400 km. Now we calculate its capacitance simply because it is a spherical conductor. We use this one, put the values here, we get 711 microfarad, or you can remain this one. If you forgot how to change, then you can write this answer also, 0.711 into 10 to the power minus 3 farad. Now this one is a very important, and this type of numericals also come in for boards. What is that problem? N drops of mercury of equal radius and possessing equal charges combine to form big drop. Compare charge, capacitance and potential of bigger drop with corresponding quantities of individual drops. So individual mercury drops are there. They will mix together and combine together and form a big drop of mercury. So first of all, we calculate the capacitance of the big one and we compare it with the individual that's smaller, because if you find out the one, because it is a equal radius and same size is same. So how we solve this? Let's see. So first of all, we consider, let Q be the charge on each small drop and radius, because same radius is there, it is mentioned equal radius and equal charges. So Q, each having Q charges and the radius is smaller. So capacitance of each small drop is C equals to, because this is a spherical, 4 pi epsilon naught into R, each small drop. Now the potential of each small drop, V equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. If so, here N drops is there, so capacitance of N small drop multiplied with N potential, this is also multiplied with N. This is for each small drop of mercury capacitance and potential. Understood? Now we consider when it combined together, it form a bigger drop of mercury. So its radius also be bigger. So we consider capital R is the radius of the big drop. Then there is a N drop of mercury. So 4 by 3, this is a volume, 4 by 3 pi R cube into N, that is equals to 4 by 3 pi R cube. So volume of the one big mercury, that is equals to N number of mercury drops, volume of N number of mercury drops. It is equal to each other, because from that smaller mercury drops we get the bigger mercury drops. So volume of the N drop of mercury drops, that is equal to the volume of bigger mercury drop. So from that we get R equals to N to the power 1/3 into smaller. Now charge. First we compare charge. Charge on the big drop, Q dash equals to N into Q, because N number of charges is there. So N Q dash by Q equals to N. So if we compare the charge of a big drop to the corresponding quantities or individual drop, that means we find out the ratio Q dash by Q equals to N. Then capacitance, we know that capacitance C dash equals to, this is for a big drop, C dash equals to 4 pi epsilon naught into R. In place of R we write this one, so we have N 1 to the power 3 into C. So C dash by C equals to N to the power 1/3. This is the compare between capacitance of a big drop to the corresponding quantities of individual drops. Next, potential. Potential of big drop is denoted by V dash, that is equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q dash by R. Now we put the values. Q dash equals to, here we get N into Q and R equals to here, from here we put this value, so we get 10 to the power 2/3 into V. So if we compare the potential V dash by V, that is equals to 10 to the power 2/3. So this is the comparison of charges, capacitance and the potential. Did you understand? If you have any problem, please mention, write in a comment box. I will try to solve your problem. Thank you.